Welcome. My name is Siem.
And my name's Thomas. We're both students at the Leiden University Medical Center, and we're going to talk to you today about the brachial plexus. Enjoy! The brachial plexus is an interlacing network of nerves that supplies the arm and parts of the trunk. Topographically, the brachial plexus can be divided in a part that lies superior to the clavicle, the supraclavicular part, and a part that lies inferior to the clavicle, the infraclavicular part. In this video, we'll try to stick to this division as much as possible. First, we'll look at some superficial structures that are relevant to the topography of the brachial plexus. In this picture, you can see the borders we'll follow when dissecting the supraclavicular part of the plexus. Starting at the mental protuberance, we'll cut down over the midline until the manubrium of the sternum is reached. From there, we'll move laterally, following the clavicle. We'll circumduct the acromion of the scapula and follow the superior border of the trapezius muscle until the mastoid process is reached. The mastoid process isn't visible in this image. From the mastoid process, the inferior border of the mandible is followed until the initial incision is reached. For the infraclavicular part, we'll extend the medial excision over the body of the sternum until the xiphoid process is reached. Moving laterally, we'll steer clear of the major pectoral muscle until we've passed the mid-axillary line. The incision is extended superiorly through the axillary fossa until the acromion of the scapula is reached. Here, skin and subcutaneous tissue have been removed from the discussed area. Some muscles that are important to the topography of the brachial plexus come into view. The platysma muscle has been detached from its origin in the subcutaneous tissue around the clavicle. Under platysma, the tendon of the sternocleidomastoid muscle is visible, attaching to the manubrium of the sternum and the medial part of the clavicle. The major pectoral muscle is also visible, with its origin at the clavicle, sternum and costal cartilage. The major pectoral muscle is pierced by the anterior cutaneous branch of an intercostal nerve. Part of the deltoid muscle and serratus anterior muscle are also visible. This picture is taken at the same stage as the previous one, but highlights some different aspects of the musculature. Here, the whole course of the platysma muscle is visible, from its origin in the subcutaneous tissue around the clavicle to its insertion at the mandible. Platysma also inserts at the angle of the mouth and the side of the cheek. However, a discussion of facial musculature is beyond the scope of this video. Again, we see the deltoid and major pectoral muscles. This view also shows us the origins of the slips of the serratus anterior muscle, usually from ribs 1 to 8. This concludes a brief look at some superficial structures that we need to dissect in order to reach the brachial plexus. Next, we'll look at the supraclavicular part of the plexus. Thank you for watching our video. We hope you've learned as much as we have making it. Siem and I would like to thank the people listed here. We've received great advice and support from them in completing this project.